Good morning and welcome back to the Teacher's Wake Up Call, where I read messages left by my students. So I started this last year. I mean, it's not something that is completely new, but I've been doing this off and on since I started my career, where I ask students to reflect on their year. And every now and again, I will ask them, what do I need to improve on? What do I need to fix? What activities I should keep? What activities I should eliminate? And this year, it was basically something simple, like and I did it last year. If you look through my videos, you'll probably find what I did last year. And amusingly, I gave those back to my students that I had in grade 11. And I said, this is what you wrote last year. And they went, oh, yeah. And they were kind of happy that I kept it. So without reading who wrote what, I'm going to read out loud. Some of them wrote them in French. Some of them wrote them in English. I'm not judging. It's an end of year reflection. I said that I was going to count it for points. I counted it for bonus points. But hey, here's an extra point for this assignment. Here's an extra point for this assignment. That's how I calculate it. Okay, it's not like, oh, if you do this and you give me a positive review, it's like, what am I, Yelp? Anywho, so I'm going to start with the one that I'm not going to name students. But this student, just by because I recognize the handwriting. And that's a struggle sometimes. Some of them I don't, because they look a lot alike, but this I recognize the handwriting. So that student writes, thank you for the stories and memories you blessed me with. I do tell stories. I am so grateful that I had you as my teacher. I will carry your wisdom with me to my grave. I was wise, I guess. Thank you for everything. I appreciate all you've done. Stay blessed. And I'm not going to name the student because they signed it at the back. So every now and again, especially if I've got I don't want to say words of wisdom, but if I have a lesson to impart, a life lesson to impart, I will stop and I will say, okay, story time. And then the students, they are like, okay, what's she gonna tell me? So it's fun because it's not grammar, it's not reading comprehension, it's not writing essays, it's just listening to the facts of life. And I would always present it in a certain way that makes it relatable. And there goes my camera. I'm not going to start it again. Maybe I should just place it like this. Don't fall this time, please. Don't fall this time. So, going to the next one. This one, they wrote it in French. Merci pour l'année. C'était la première fois que je m'endormais pas dans un cours de français. J'espère t'avoir l'année prochaine. Oh, that's sweet. And sometimes one of my favorite expressions in class, if I see that they're not responding, they're not reacting, I will stop and I will say, are we awake? Are we good? Do we have a pulse? And that's going to be my way of waking them up. So I'm glad that I was entertaining enough that they didn't fall asleep. All right, next. I'm going through them quickly. Oh, okay. Madame Allary, merci pour tout que vous avez fait pour moi. Merci à vous. Si c'était pas pour vous, I would probably failing the year. Je veux vous avoir encore l'année prochaine. Passe une bonne vacance. Oh, that's sweet. Now, okay, full disclosure, I'm only going to have one grade 11 class next year. So, some of them might end up in my class, some of them might not. I might end up with a new batch of people. I might end up with, half of the students that I had this year. I might end up with only 2. I don't know how it's going to be done. And it could also change between now and August. I might have a completely different workload. It is always a possibility. They give you like an anticipated workload and they tell you this is not final until, and even sometimes in August. In August, I have seen cases where teachers, their workload changed like twice, you know, once like when they came in, like, oh, this is not what I was teaching, and then it got changed again. Things like that can happen. It's not commonplace, but it can happen. Okay. Ah, merci pour être vraiment gentil avec moi, même si ma français est pas bon. J'aime parler de One Piece avec toi et tu es vraiment drôle dans la classe. J'espère de revoir l'année prochaine. Just that. I know who the student is. I know who that is. Yes. And yes, I do talk about anime. I do talk about things that I love because as a teacher, okay, yes, you're not there to make friends with the students, but you need to show that you have some understanding potentially of their reality and what they like, because potentially some of your likes might end up being theirs as well. It's just like that teacher who enjoys watching football or playing basketball or playing football or golf even. We've got a lot of golfers in the school. So it could be something like that too. All right, going through the list. Oh, this one's very specific to a lesson. J'aime tes erreurs et gaffes à éviter. Ça me aide beaucoup. Mon français oral est amélioré. Donc, merci pour ça. Vous avez pris mes peurs de français. Huh? Vous avez pris mes peurs de français. Like, I took them away. Nice. Okay, good. J'espère que vous êtes ma professeure l'année prochaine. PS, vous me rappelez de la célébrité Pink. Oh my God. Okay. That is a compliment that no, I cannot be. So I'm glad that you see her in me, but no. She's amazing. She's a fantastic artist. I am nothing like that, but I appreciate the compliment. That's sweet. But yeah, that fear of French, I often said that my classroom has to be drama free. Okay, leave the drama at the door. You've got drama to deal with. I recognize that. The door's there. Go. Take the door. I'm not kicking you out. I am not kicking you out. I am inviting you to go and deal with said drama, because when you come back here, it's because you want to work and you want to tackle learning. I don't want any drama in my class. I also don't want it to be stressful, okay? We're here to learn a language. We're here to discover new things. I don't care if you learn 1 word or 10 words in a day. I don't care if you learn 1 new thing or 10 new things. As long as you are in the mindset that you are going to learn something. So who cares if you only get 65? If last year you were getting 45s. That's my outlook. So if students feel less stress around me, awesome. Okay, have a nice summer. Oh, somebody was very minimalist. Voici une preuve que j'ai écrit en français. And I'm going to assume they meant j'ai écrit because it's like bonjour, voici une preuve que tu as écrit en français. I think that person was a bit confused, but it's okay. Merci d'avoir été un excellent professeur. Vous m'avez vraiment beaucoup aidé tout au long de l'année. J'espère vous avoir comme professeur l'année prochaine. Merci de m'avoir permis de manger autant de pommes que je voulais. J'attendais toujours avec impatience votre cours. Who was eating apples in my class? This is where I fail my perception role, because I don't recall someone eating apples in my class. Okay, my rule in my class is like when students like, are we allowed to eat food in your class? Like, look, are you a messy eater? Are you going to leave crumbs around your desk? Are we going to be able to trace you back to your next class because you've left like a trail of breadcrumbs? Eat, if you need to eat, just don't make it a mess. And be prepared to share. If it's something tasty, be prepared to share, I'm just saying. All right. I'm trying to see something like different, okay? Okay, this is an interesting comment. Je recommande pour les 5 étudiants prochaines, tu donnez-leur du temps libre. Look. Free time is not necessarily free time. So I understand what this kid meant. But at the same time, I can't give free class every week. Like, unfortunately, some days we have to work. There are moments where I will want to decompress, and I'll be the first person to say, it's like, okay guys, this has been an intense day. I need to chill. We need to relax. Do you mind? Do you object? It just means that tomorrow we're gonna have to, like, and more often than not, they're all in agreement. I think it happened once in my career where the kids said, "Yeah, oh, no, let's do it now. Let's do it now." Because sometimes it's last period and I will see them the next morning and they're going, "Yeah, no, I don't want to start with that. I don't want to start with that assignment." So I think it happened once or twice, not this year, but over the last few years. So I'm very curious to see who wrote the apple comment. Just curious. She ate apples. Okay, I'm blind. I am blind. Although I always confused her with another student, but yeah. Oh, and that always happens. I will always confuse 2 or 3 students every year until the end of the school year. And then, it kind of sinks in and I realize, oh, okay, that's that student, and that's that student. It's been like that for decades, confusing names like that. So it's nothing new. It's not old age. It's not old age. It's just me being me and not remembering names properly. So that's it. Am I going to be filming another video between now and like, I might be doing something next week. I might film something. I might film some content next week. But right now, I'm sensing that this is the last teacher's wake-up call in the school. I think there will be a couple of teacher wake-up calls, summer edition. I've got some ideas. I definitely have one idea. I have one long-form video planned. It's planned. How it's going to come about, I have no idea, but it is planned. And I'm going to do my best to, it'll probably come out mid-August, because it's a process. It's a process. And I'm going to start filming it in July. Yeah, and I have Comic-Con. I have Montreal Comic-Con. If you're looking for something to do in Montreal, if you are looking for something to do July 3rd, 4th, and 5th at Palais des Congrès, Montreal Comic-Con. And I will be working there, as I always do, since 2013. So, yeah. That's it. That's the end of the school year. Woo! We survived another one, folks. Yes! So on that lovely note, have yourselves an awesome day.